crypto market is now busy. It's green day, right? When you are looking at the market, you can see we pumped a lot, and now in some coins we are correcting. So your question would be, which coin is correcting, which coin is pumping, where should I be? All of these confusion will always be there. But being an XRP holder, there are a lot of good news for you to cheer about, because these shows your portfolio. If you do have XRP along with other assets, then you're gonna reap the benefits, because these are kind of the indicators which gives you that long-term bull mode, right? We're actually waiting for that, and right now looking at many different assets and comparing it with the altcoins, you kind of get this idea that yes, we were doing as anticipated, and this is fine, this is cool, we are gonna make profits. But from the technical side towards the fundamental side, when you move, information is coming to you like crazy, right? These definitely shows you the future direction. Now, when this is tweeted by the Payment Infrastructure News, it shows building a benefits of case. Now, they are talking about migration towards ISO 20022. Why should institutions do this, and why this will happen worldwide? So these kind of stuff are really giving you that idea. And again, this one, so it's also pointing you towards that side of the digital economy where you would be looking at the payments landscape in a different manner. Then again, this one showing MasterCard. Previously it was Visa, right? Now it's MasterCard, and they are also entering the space in a different way to process payments. Now, when we look at all these, you kind of get this too, right? Looks like Ripple has patented on-demand liquidity for foreign exchange and cross-border payments. So that's not a small deal, that's a huge deal. Now, these are similarly, when we look at that, these are similar factors which we have to understand on the technicals as well. Because on the fundamentals, when it is pumping, on the technicals, you're getting these indicators. Say on 12 hour, this shows you that upside. Then the RSI is trending to the upside. So we have to go through the charts, even from a 2 hour, 4 hour, 12 hour, or any type of short-term charts, all the way towards the macro perspective. Then we'll dive in through the fundamentals. Welcome to the Scientific Investor family, where we discuss crypto and science behind investing regularly. It's really a cool weekend, right? So for me in South Korea, it's the early weekend, so it's a weekend, early weekend here. So it's kind of early holidays. Now, when you look at this, it's really green. 7 days, 30 days, 1 quarter, a year, it's all green. So that's definitely a bull market, right? And are you making profits? XRP is kind of slow compared to what it is doing right now. If you compare it with what's above this, 700%, what's below this, 420%, yes, it's doing it slow. So that also gives you an idea. If you want to buy an undervalued asset with fundamentals, you have that. Say you come back here for long position of Bitcoin Cash, you see it's 85%. Okay, isn't it better? For me, it's not better than XRP, even though if it is a good asset or bad asset, that question comes in and the ROI game comes in. But if you look at that, it kind of had its 51% attack, and so it would be way better if you are in an asset which has the fundamentals which we just described. So that's XRP. And what are you looking at? Going way above all of these other assets which pumped crazy. XRP Crypto Wolf highlighted this. Ripple settlement talks with SEC could end up no longer being a secret. So, we will go through that. We have an article covering that from Rosalind. It kind of shows you that it's going to end pretty soon and pretty well for those XRP holders, as well as we just heard recently from Brian. If there is going to be a settlement, these are going to be just noise which you are watching right now. Now, this article from Rosalind will go through that and gives you that clear perspective if you are an investor here in XRP. So, this kind of ties you up in an area where you will understand that we are going to definitely hit those levels which we saw in technical analysis. say when we are looking at the crypto market and we see this kind of fluctuations, you see a lot in positive stuff, right? A lot pumping. So if you look at last 7 days, like 40%, 100%, 130%, you're actually making a lot of moves. Now you see, okay, this just happened last week. Now I missed that. What can I do? I'm new here. What can I do? Then you have a lot of different assets which are also going to do the same. It won't be like 5x, 10x in a day or two, but it's hard to find those. But if you do, that's cool, great. But if you are able to make 100%, 200% a week, that's cool and fine for me. And slow and steady always wins the race. And if you can do that continuously, you're gonna beat the market, right? And that's what you are here for. Instead of going into traditional assets, you are in crypto, which is one of the riskiest asset class to make potential profits. So say this one I posted before, maybe a day or two. Yeah, now it's February 11th here in Korea, and it was posted back in 9th. Now I posted that before, and you had this giant green candle, and it's not completed yet, it's still moving up. So those who entered based on my request or my suggestion in the Patreon, say we have around 800 members right now, majority of them entered, and those who entered are really happy. And then this one, that's for Matic. Now if you go back to the coin market cap and look at Matic, you'll understand that it's doing exactly what we were looking for it to. Now all the way back we were giving them the instruction, and as we broke out from here, those who are riding this are taking exceptional amount of profits. Now what about XRP, right? We are great fans. So I posted this on February 1st saying that this is a resistance, guys. So you should be taking a look at this, because we are going to close here. It's going to be a resistance, right? So now I'll actually take you back towards XRP chart. Here you can see we went there, we closed, we came way back below 0.35, 0.34. Then we started slowly grinding up. Then this became the resistance, and I talked to you through that, right? So these are the opportunities which you have to really understand. If it's looking back down, faking you out, showing that, okay, some entered here, but the positions were absorbed and you're stuck there for some time, it's fine. If you have time as a leverage, it's cool. Now, then this one, OMG, OMZIGO. Now, if you are looking at this based on the price of 4, and then looking at currently what it's actually doing, say, yeah, OMG. Right now, it's around 5.44. It did like 20% in a week. So you come back, you see 5.44 nearing our target. So these are something which you really have to concentrate on, right? Say, for example, this is Cosmos or Atom. So if you are looking at Cosmos or Atom, if you are someone who is trading that asset, say this is here. Now it is near $15 and our target was 20. So it's starting from that 8.9. Now this is just 10 days old. Only 10 or 15 days, you are making profits, right? So you look at last 1 week, it's 60%. So these are kind of different opportunities. Then IOTA, I've actually posted IOTA there. So it's doing like 90%. Quantum, we posted that say 2 weeks ago. It's still doing fine. So these are kind of the trades. Precisely for ADA, we are doing perfectly fine, right? We are actually gaining on that. So these kind of opportunities still exist. Now, how you actually understand that? Let's do this. Say this is Bitcoin on to USD, and this is on a 12-hour chart. So when you are looking at this, this is a higher high which you are getting here in price, whereas at the same time you are getting a lower high in the RSI and the MACD. So I'm kind of okay. So the price made a higher high. That's cool. If you remember, if you go back to the videos when we were coming all the way to the downside here, somewhere here, say Jan 20th, 15th to 20th, I was really talking about BTC going back, creating a new high, and getting that attention from a lot of different people. Regular guys will jump in. It may reverse, right? The chances are always there. So you are the one who have to take that seriously. Now, that's on a 12-hour chart. If you actually go into a daily chart, what do you actually see? Is there any difference? It's similar. You are getting the same divergence. Now, if you go to a 3-day chart, kind of a long-term perspective, what are you looking at? It's kind of similar, right? So you are getting that divergence in these charts. And then what you have to precisely look at is, say this is the 200-day moving average and where the price is. So the price is right now around 270% above the 200-day moving average. Now, okay, cool. Why am I saying that? Can go here and look at the all-time highs. We were around 600% at the top. So even if that's happening here, it's kind of 100%. So we don't know whether that's gonna repeat, but there are possibilities it may repeat or reverse. Now I'm showing you the difference of price with the 200-day moving average in different zones. So this is kind of giving you that idea. Okay, I'll just delete all of those and do the next one here. So 130, 150, 170. Now you're looking at area where you are reaching 260 to 270. So what did you actually understand? So we are nearing an euphoric top. So from here, if it's actually going like 170%, yeah, it can go to say 70, 80 or $90,000 in terms of dollar price. But do remember, it's going to be 100% or 150% from here. When you look at the crypto market and you see like these kind of gains in a week, and they still have massive potential, it's up to you whether which asset you should be looking at. Is it just the value which you are looking at? Is it just the ROI which you are concentrating on? For me, I would be looking at the return on the investment for my capital, not the actual price fluctuation. Say BTC go to $90,000 and your investment is just $10,000. So, you get the profit for that $10,000, not $90,000 based on the BTC price. Now, I highlighted this previously, and if you go look at BTC dominance, this is what you see. We went back, we retested this moving average, which I told you we will do, and this horizontal line, if you're looking at it, was a support, resistance, support, resistance. Now it's again a resistance. So this is still acting as valid, and then we are bouncing to the downside. So if you don't hold this line here, so I'll actually go take you guys into that chart and draw that line there and see if we break that level, we may go down. Now, what do I mean by that? Say if you put this line here and extend it, it's breaking to the downside. Okay, so I created that chart which I showed you an hour back, and right now we are closing below. Okay, the 12-hour candle has closed below that, and if you look at the 4-hour chart, yep, we have closed below that. So that's kind of bearish in sense of BTC, but altcoins should gain momentum. Now I'll take you to the real-time chart of the altcoin market cap and what you see there, right? So on a daily, this is what you are looking at. Wow, that's cool. That's, pretty fine. Okay, what am I doing here? Yeah, this is fine. Now we talked about this top here and this as a target. Now we broke above that, and if you go into a 12-hour chart, this is what you see. We went above, broke above that target, we came back, retested that, and we are slowly bouncing. Now to get a clear perspective, you can move into a 3-day chart or a weekly chart depending upon your time frame. Say 3-day fits in well for me, and I'm looking at these bullish green candles, and it shows me that the momentum is to the upside, and it's fine, it's cool. Now I go back all the way to a monthly chart and I see this. Wow, you remember this monthly chart which we drew previously? The W pattern, W for win, and then the bottom, which showed you that a rounded bottom in the altcoin market cap. Now, if you go into individual assets, many of the assets shows you the same pattern, shows you, yes, we are going to hit these highs, which is the all-time highs, and then carry on from there, right? So now you have to look at XRP. Say, we are the guys who support XRP. Why? We know the fundamentals, right? Because we understand the fundamentals, we'll never move away from this asset unless the fundamentals change. Now that's something based on, Peter Lynch. Now, this is a 3-day chart of XRP, and you can see that the MACD is moving into this green area which I've highlighted, which is the positive zone. Then the RSI is now above 60, which is bullish because the RSI is pointing to the upwards, not sideways or even kind of slanted position. This is really like 70-80 degree to the upside, not perpendicular like this, but it's still moving to the upside, making new highs compared to this one, right? Now, next high which you will be looking for a candle close above would be this particular area, that is 0.78, and if that happens, that's going to be cool. Now, on a weekly, what does that mean? Because when you move into a weekly chart and you see this as price action, if we move there, you are getting that continuation signal which we talked previously. Now, if you are moving into a monthly chart or a daily chart, say on a daily, you get these 3 candle reversal which I talked a couple of days ago, and that's literally what's happening. Now, we broke this trend line resistance, that's fine, cool, great. But right now, we need to also close above this one. So that's 0.62, 0.629 or 0.63. So you have a couple of resistance above, right? 0.63 and then 0.75, which was the previous high here. Then you look at the monthly, then it's kind of saying you, okay, you don't have to worry about daily fluctuations. If you're a long-term guy looking at a monthly chart and activating your sell positions, buy positions, or whatever you do, it's kind of bouncing. So it went way above the 50-day moving average on a monthly chart and it came back, retested there, it's bouncing. Remember, this month is only till the first 10 days, right? Now, if you're looking at that, this happened in 10 days. Now you still have 20 days. So what would the price be doing if we get that momentum? You have resistance here where you are at right now, that's 0.5. And as you burst, the next one would be 0.7, 0.75, push. Then you reach 1.3 and 3.3, 3.8, which is the all-time highs. So why do we think we are so confident about XRP reaching its all-time highs and way above that? Because when you see the altcoin market caps gaining, and then you look at the entire market, you understand the fundamentals are so huge, right? When you have that cloud of SEC lawsuit previously coming out, you can actually see, she is senior contributor and this is Forbes. I'm not saying everything comes in Forbes is 100% correct, but when I read this, I understood, yes, the opinion which she points out here is kind of, positive, and it really gives that sense of understanding what it is now. Because we went through all of these, say, Ripple filed this FOIA, Freedom of Information, right? So in that one, they were requesting it for BTC and Ether, and I told you guys, if that's going to bring some documents, it's going to be a little bit bad for those assets, because if they still want to say XRP is a security, they'll also have to classify these two as a security. But as of now, if they do that, I completely agree with Roslyn stating here that would be, kind of killing a lot of institutions and a lot of traders or investors in this market. So they won't be going to do that because it would be then their fault, right? So only option which they have is to say, okay, we made a mistake, XRP is not a security, just our concerns are these. Then the settlement will come, and that's why what Brian Brooks stated about the settlement becomes clear, right? Now you look back at this is about the payments. Okay, cool, what is this about? This is again about the digital economy and the payments. So read that quote. The digital economy has already changed the payment landscape quite significantly and will continue to do so in future. It is the responsibility of the central bank to create trust in its currency and to ensure that payments remain competitive, innovative, and safe. So that means they are not going to hammer on the innovation, they are not going to hammer on the fintechs. Right, the innovation here in the financial side is fintech. With the payments, you get better than that, right? Then coming into this one, it's kind of the functionality will see MasterCard customers, digital currency payments settled in crypto at participating merchants. Now that's huge news. So you are looking at payments and settlements from MasterCard. So when we just looked at past couple of videos, we talked about Visa and MasterCard and the energy consumption. So based on the energy tariffs across the globe, and when they are looking at the, Agenda 21, Agenda 2030 and the sustainable goals, they need something which eats less energy. And there was only one option, which was Ripple. Now that's super duper bullish for me. I don't understand what you see from that, but looking at this payment protocol and the cross-border payment system, that's way damn better for me. So, even though I believe in the technical, I believe in the fundamental, these kind of news just reinforces what I believe in and gives me the motivation to hold as long as it reaches my targets before I take my profits. So if that's you, it's rhyming with you, then do understand we are in this together. We're going to make those profits cool. Now, if you are someone who actually want to trade various different assets and make money to put in XRP, then yes, my Patreon group would be an area where you can come in, where I post charts like these and you can leverage those to make profits. You can go in, trade, take your profits. You don't have to give me anything. The profits is yours. It's like you take a loan and buy the real estate. If you are actually losing your money, the depreciation actually goes to the bank, but the appreciation is only for you, right? Similarly, you pay a little bit of fees and you make a lot of profits. So that's up to you. If you want to do that, this is still 11th of this month. So if you want to enter, that's still cool. At least in my eyes, looking at the value you get there, that's completely fine. Instead, guys will come at 28, 20 or 25 and then say, okay, I paid just for 5 days, but yeah, I got some cool profits. Now, when I say that, there are guys who actually make good amount of profits. Say this particular individual made a lot of profit. So considering his portfolio, he previously made huge chunk in different assets, and then recently he just doubled in his ADA and took out some of his profits as per my suggestion. So, I'm really happy you guys are doing this, and we are welcoming a lot of new individuals in our group for this. So once you enter, you have to understand, we've been talking about this, the explosion in the altcoin market cap, the trillionaires which are going to come soon, right? So when you look at 10x your portfolio, 100x, 1000x, you definitely need to understand what you are talking about, right? So that you know where you're going and where you are at right now, so you'll understand the distance till your targets. Guys, I really believe you received value for your time, and if you really did, please do support the channel. Hit that like and subscribe button. If you want to support the channel just for the sake of you getting value, you can look at the Patreon or the PayPal. The link is given in the description, and even the XRP wallet address is there. If you want to send, it's completely fine. Now, if you want to enroll into Patreon using PayPal or XRP wallet address, please do let me know first in the email ID, which is mentioned as the PayPal ID there, and then do that. It would be fine. Or take a screenshot of your payment and then let me know. I'll update you and take you through the Telegram alerts where you get regular updates. So guys, I'll meet you on the next video. Bye for now.